Every person operates within their current capacity, you know. And that current capacity is shaped by their experiences, their awareness, and even the environment. So when someone comes up with a new idea, it is not just an intellectual event. It is an expression of their current level of understanding. Their courage to step into something unfamiliar, you know. Their attempt to bridge where they are with where they hope to go. So to dismiss or criticize without first understanding their why is to disregard the stage of growth that they are in. New ideas, especially personal ones, they are very fragile. They are like seedlings. If nurtured, they grow. If trampled, they die. Even well-meaning criticism can act as a storm that uproots them before they have a chance to develop roots. That's why the first response should not be correcting, but acknowledgement. You know, I see why you thought this way. It makes sense that this feels important to you. You know, I understand the path you are trying to take. Acknowledgement creates psychological safety, which in turn allows someone to either refine the idea themselves or become open to receiving guidance. You know, niaje. When you criticize too early, even from a place of truth, you can interfere with confidence because they will start doubting their ability to think for themselves. You will interfere with their momentum because they will lose the energy to experiment and test things. You will interfere with their growth because they miss the valuable lessons they would have discovered through trial and error. Sometimes the lesson is not the idea itself, but the process of pursuing it, failing and even recalibrating. You know, if you rob them of that process by imposing your perspective, then you interfere with their natural growth. You have to understand there are different levels of comprehension. And it is important to accept that what makes perfect sense to you at your stage of awareness might be incomprehensible to someone else at theirs. You know, you also need to understand that growth doesn't happen by skipping steps. It happens by living through the stages. So instead of pushing them to get it at your level, it is wiser to support them at their level and trust that life will naturally elevate them to the next. So in that case, the better way is guiding through questions, not criticism. Instead of saying that's wrong, you should have done it like this, you can ask, what inspired you to think this way? Niajeni? What problems are you trying to solve with this? Hey, Vipi. You know, have you thought about what might happen if, you know, let them think. This respects their agency. It acknowledges their perspectives. And it gently invites them to expand without shutting them down. In short, every new idea is a stepping stone. Criticism without acknowledgement, it doesn't just correct the idea, it risks crashing the person's growth process. The role of wisdom is not to interfere, but to facilitate expansion at the pace of the other person's capacity. My people, heal. Heal.